for the glory and to become a legend.
Changing the rotation, Carolina Sprint Tour winner at 311, Steve Cerniak joins us next. If you have not ordered at DirtCarLift.com in the motorsports racing world, you are absolutely way behind. But if you are an existing customer of the Dirt Car Lift product, you already know about why they use the concept of stop jacking and start lifting. DirtCarLift.com helps make things very easier in the pit area. Whether you need to change a flat tire, make a shock or spring adjustment, DirtCarLift.com can get all four sides up immediately, then having it go around from side to side to car. By the way, they have a special package and price for existing customers that already have units. $950, and you can have the newest designed 2019 X Series lift with a few changes to make your life a little easier. Give them a call at DirtCarLift.com today. Call them up again at 770-898-3907. 770-898-3907. And find out why the concept is true. To stop jacking and start lifting with DirtCarLift.com at the races today.
This is Chris Nunn from the Sling and Dirt Podcast and the announcer at Twin Cities Raceway Park in North Vernon, Indiana. And you're listening to The Finish Line with the hashtag king himself, Wesley Outland.
This is Kate Dillon from CrateInsider.com and host of the Racing Insiders podcast. You are listening to my awesome friend Wesley Spider Monkey Outland. Now back to Finish Line.
This is Finish Line.
Well, man, I didn't realize that we were on the line so long with Jason Myers. We wrapped up hour number 1. We're going into hour number 2 of our coverage. Welcome back to Finish Line on this Thursday, August 1st edition. Wesley Outland back here with you. Fox Sports Radio, CRN, iHeartRadio, iTunes Radio, Tuned In, Spreaker, Spotify, WesleyOutland.com. Yes! Yours truly has a new website, WesleyOutland.com. Everything from my upcoming schedule to Wesley's World blog, pictures, social media interaction, how you can retain my services for voiceover productions, commercials, TV, radio, MC, special events, special speaker, and announcing opportunities as well, and sponsorship too. Check it out, the new WesleyOutland.com. That is Wesley Outland, just like my name, .com. Jeremy Canterbury, can't wait to hear you call the races in Princeton. Hey, I am so excited that Princeton, West Virginia is back open and in business. I'm looking forward to announcing that race as well. The West Virginia Dirt Cup is this Saturday night at the Princeton Speedway, located off of exit 14, off of I-77 in the wild and wonderful state of West Virginia. Great people in West Virginia. Looking forward to going there. Going to Ohio, another track checked off the bucket list I've never been to before. Beginning also tomorrow. Going to finish up Finish Line, finish up my announcer notes, finish up laundry, get packed up, on the road tonight to Ohio. Was planning on going to Eldora, but I just said, nah, I'll just kind of pass on it. So, good luck to the truck guys, though. We're going to go to the phone lines, and joining us here in just a few moments is going to be the driver of Steve Cerniak. He will be our next guest. Carson Ferguson will be joining us here very soon. And we'll also wrap her up later on with, of course, also Aaron Branham. So, all on the way. That's for hour number 2. So, again, Steve Cerniak is next. Carson Ferguson, Aaron Branham to wrap up hour number 2 of Finish Line on this Wednesday, on this Thursday. To the lines we go. Winner of the Carolina Sprint Tour, the Wing 305 Sprints in Madison, North Carolina at 311 Speedway. I think he's based out of the Keystone State of Pennsylvania. To the phone lines we go. Steve Cerniak, I hope I got your last name right. Good morning, afternoon. Welcome to Finish Line, my friend.
Hey, thanks for having me. Yeah, you got pretty close there with the last name. I've heard it pronounced a lot worse.
So how do you pronounce it? Is it Cerniak?
Yeah, Cerniak, yep.
Okay, all right, cool deal. So, hey, talk about your big win at 311 Speedway. You're a Pennsylvania driver. What made you decide to come down to the Tar Heel State from the Keystone State last weekend and win?
Oh, man, it all started back in around 1996. I lived back in Pennsylvania, and we were running Super Sportsman back in the day, which is kind of looks like a sprint car, but it's not actually a sprint car. And there was a non-wing sprint car race in Pennsylvania, Grandview Speedway, and we went with our Sportsman and finished 8th. And then I thought, why not try to move out to Indianapolis and run with the non-wing sprint cars and, try to get into the IRL and all that. That was the dream back then anyway.
Yeah.
And then, so from there we got a job at Riley Technologies at some point in Indianapolis, and they moved down here to North Carolina back, when the jobs were kind of drying up in the racing, when the economy was starting to get a little bad, and kind of hard to find a good job up there, so I moved down here with them. And here I am.
Gotcha. So you do you live in North Carolina now? Do you live in the Carolinas?
Yeah. Yep, right in Mooresville.
Okay, so you just got a pencil. You just never changed your number, is what it is.
Correct. Yeah, that's an Indianapolis number.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah, I was about to say this is a Pennsylvania, Indiana number. Definitely, absolutely. So again, Steve Cerniak joining us, winner of the Carolina Sprint Tour. Hey, real quickly, just talk about what's your thoughts of what Sean Vardell, a.k.a. Batman, because I see a lot of his Batman posts lately, Mike Sellers, everybody that is involved with the Carolina Sprint Tour have done with that series in not the last 3 years, but even just this year.
Right. They've really done a great job. I think Mike is the one that does the scheduling, I believe, and he's reached out to all the tracks and done what he's needed to do and done a really good job. Some of the tracks, haven't followed through with their end of the deal or whatever, but, things happen. I think things down here in the Carolinas are a little different than stuff that I'm used to up north or out in Indy, but nonetheless, Sean and Mike, they've turned this series into a really good thing. Like you said, back in 3 years ago, I ran Carolina. Well, it wasn't called Carolina Race Savers then, but it was it might have been actually Carolina Race Savers, but whatever it was called. There was 4 cars at the track, and now we're getting 18 and more. If some outsiders show up. So yeah, they've done a really great job.
Of course, we have you on the line. You have You are the proprietor of a 305 sprint car, and that is basically what the Carolina Sprint Tour is. Now, what a lot of people might not realize is the 305 sprint car is the same dimensions, size, tail tank, wing, everything that you would see on a 410 national sprint car with the World of Outlaws or the All-Star Circuit of Champions. You've got the Knoxville Nationals next weekend. It's the same exact car. It's just the engine. Talk about that.
Yeah, that's correct. We also have a 360 engine, and when you want to run a 360 race, you just simply pull one engine and put the other one in, and that's it. There is nothing else.
And, of course, I believe the USCS sprint cars, I believe they're in action at, is it Travelers Rest in Lawrence this weekend?
No, we're at Lawrence Saturday. I believe the USCS is at Carolina for a makeup race on Friday night, and Saturday,
Okay.
I'm thinking maybe Dixie, but I'm not totally sure.
Okay. So the Carolina, my problem, I misunderstood. I got so much other stuff going on in my head. So the Carolina Sprint Tour, the 305 series, is going to be at Lawrence County Speedway this Saturday night.
Yeah, that's correct.
Gotcha. Cool deal. And by the way, they call that the Darlington of Dirt, the Lawrence County Speedway. And I had the privilege to announce it Lawrence County back in, I think it was 2016, when the USCS was there for the first time and after 12 years. And what a show that race was. A phenomenal program they put on. We are again talking with Steve Cerniak. Steve, what's your thoughts of wing sprint car racing in the South building? It looks like that the novelty that is sprint car racing is starting to pick up in the Carolinas and in the South.
Yeah, it definitely is. I don't know. I don't know what's taken so long. I'm being from Pennsylvania, that's all I grew up around, and up there when we watch when the stock cars come out, I don't want to step on toes for sure, but when they come out, it's time to go get a hot dog or go to the bathroom. I don't know what people see in that kind of racing, but I'm not sure if having Kyle Larson and Casey King, in NASCAR, if that's kind of directed some attention towards us, but. Yeah, I just can't imagine a race fan going to a sprint car race and going home and saying, man, that was stupid. But, I do hear it once in a while, sometimes with the wings, our passing is it's tougher, the dirty air thing comes into effect big time.
Right.
But, when it's the right kind of racetrack and the surface is right, sprint cars, man, I think they're a pretty incredible thing to watch.
Why?
But, that's my opinion.
Why do a lot of fans, and I've got this a lot, by the way. We're talking to Steve Cerniak up next here at 12:15. Couple of minutes from now will be a Carson Ferguson. We'll call him up and we'll wrap things up with Aaron Branham, kind of changing the rotation, if you will, to kind of adjust for Steve's schedule because he's got to get back on the clock and go back to work. And that's one of the things. We had Jason Myers on. We got Steve on. A lot of these weekend warrior guys that we have on our Fox Sports radio show Finish Line are weekend warriors. That's that. They have full-time jobs. They do not have full-time careers in motorsports like yours truly or Brandon Overton or other people do. So we have to kind of find a way to fit them around the schedule. So Steve Cerniak, non-wing racing, why is there such a competition? Or I don't mean the word competition, but why is there a divide? That's the word. Why is there such a divide between the non-wing sprint cars, midgets, and the wing sprint cars and midgets? And what do you think of them?
Well, I don't know. So, obviously I left Pennsylvania, which is definitely wing territory, to go to Indianapolis to run non-wing stuff. So
right.
That's what I did for several years. And, me personally, I do prefer running non-wing. I don't know why. You don't have the dirty air thing.
Got you.
So, generally, if you're set up better than someone else and your car is quicker, unless the track is totally one-grooved, you're going to probably be able to get by the guy. But there's definitely times with wings, and you'll see it even, with the World of Outlaws. They'll catch lap traffic, and the leader simply can't go around the guy that's last because the dirty air and the turbulence it creates is just so bad that, once you lose your wing, you're out there with a non-wing sprint car, basically.
Gotcha.
And, you have a slow guy in front of you, but he's got a wing sprint car. So, that's kind of why I don't like it. But that's all I did for several years was the non-wing. So since I've been running wings, it's newer to me.